I'm your basic average girl, and I'm here to save the world one video at a time.
So what's the sitch?
Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel, whatever day it might be. It's not the only day anymore. I'm filming more. I finally got to a place where I was like, you know what, I just need to do it. I just need to film more. I don't really have a schedule yet. I want to kind of see where this goes and figure that out. So just bear with me. Videos might be randomly popping up on random days, but that's okay. It kind of makes me sad that I can't use my "It's Monday, the only day on my channel" slogan anymore, but maybe I still can. Maybe every day can just be Monday. Like this video if every day should be Monday. Nobody should like that. And yes, a little bit of a dramatic change here. So first off, I want to say normally I go to a girl who does my color and my hair that I really, really love. She did my hair for my wedding. She did that first kind of red to blonde ombre that I had you know, all through the videos that you've seen recently, and she did a beautiful job. My husband and I right now are doing one income, which, you know, we're fine. Like, we're not struggling with money, but sacrifices kind of did have to be made. So like, and my hair was one of them. I just couldn't afford, you know, and it's pricey to get this colored. It takes time, so I'm not upset about it. But I do love my girl. I just, this time, you know, like, it was bad and I needed to get it colored. So my friend offered to do it for free and it worked out really well. The pink was actually a happy accident, or I guess like to you guys it looks kind of an orangey salmon, but it was a happy accident. I like it. It probably won't stay forever, but it's a fun thing for today. And yes, I'm wearing dark colors, but I got this awesome shirt. Don't feed the hipsters. So, the actual topic of this video is going to be about dogs. My dog, your dog, dogs in general. I just love dogs. And there's controversy in the world when it comes to dogs, believe it or not. Is it okay to call your dog your child? Though, I mean, on one hand, we take care of dogs. Dogs literally need us to be alive because, you know, when they're outside on their own, there's the dog catcher, there's poisonous things out there, there's starving, there's mean people that hurt dogs. So, you know, domesticated dogs really do need us. But then there's also the fact of, like, a human life is more valuable than a dog, and, you know, dogs don't wear diapers, babies wear diapers, babies spit up, babies puke, babies cry, keep you up at night. I was kind of I found this article one time that kind of, like, I think just the idea of it bothered me, and it was called "Stop Calling Your Dog Your Child." And here's my thing with this. It's my dog. If I want to call my dog Darth Vader, I can call my dog Darth Vader. If I want to say that my dog is the President of the United States, I can say my dog is the President of the United States. If I want to say that my dog is the king of the universe, I can say that. I can believe that. And unless it's harming other people, it's not your business. It's not. Mind your own business. But really though, if you're spending your time being super concerned about what other people are referring to their dog as, you know, that person that spent time on this article could have been spending time hanging out with their kids, could have been spending time doing something productive for society, not yelling at us for calling our dogs our children. Now, I respect you if you view dogs differently. Like, I get it. A human life, all in all, a human life needs to be more valuable. If I have to choose between a dog and a human, obviously I'm gonna choose the human. But that doesn't make it easy. That doesn't mean it's gonna be something that I sleep well with if I have to. Like, no, but that being said, we kind of domesticated dogs. We should be the one taking care of them. My dear, dear, dear friend, one of my best friends, has a toddler, and we sit there and compare stories sometimes, and they're really similar. So maybe your friend that's just calling your dog their child, their dog just has a really childlike personality. My dog loves to take his toys out of his toy box and leave them all over the floor. My dog loves to slobber on me. My dog loves to go to the bathroom at really inconvenient times. My dog whines when I'm eating food that he can't have. Whines. My dog gets extremely excited when we go fun places like the dog park. The dog park is like Chuck E. Cheese to dogs. My dog literally argues with me. If I tell him no, he barks and growls at me. He's arguing. He's telling me, "No, Mom, I'm right." If I say Scraps comes to Mom, he knows who to come to. But ultimately, in the long run, I don't really care, and as long as your dog is in a safe environment, it's not being abused, and it's being fed and watered and cleaned, I don't care how you view your dog, but it should be the same for you and me. Like, you know, if I want to view my dog as my child, how does that harm you? I don't understand. And here's the thing I think we always have to remember. You never know somebody's story. My dog was there for me, and one of the biggest factors in my healing process when I was struggling with anxiety and depression. I chose not to go with medication just because, you know, I have no problem with other people taking medication, but the idea of me taking it very much scared me. And so I kind of sought out comfort through my dog, and that helped a ton. It took a lot longer than I think it would have with medication, but for the most part, I've still gotten past a lot of that. And so for my dog, like when I say he's like my best friend, I'm not putting him over my best friend Cassidy or my best friend Bree or my best friend Mandy. I'm just saying he was there for me like a best friend would be in dog form. And for some people, their dog might have the same effect a child would. If somebody can't have a child or just chooses not to give childbirth, but they want to take care of their dogs, there's nothing wrong with that. We shouldn't be judging that. We just shouldn't be judging each other. We live in an odd society where it's all about being yourself, but don't do this. Really, just don't do that. What? Be yourself, but be yourself like this. Be yourself in this box. I just think we need to be a little more sympathetic towards each other. You know what? I get it. Your kids, I won't understand the love of a parent and a child until I have a child. I get that. I won't know unless I have one. But that being said, you may not have ever had the connection I've had with my dog. Like, it's weird, and I've never quite had a connection just like this, but like my dog definitely came into my life right when I needed him. I always wanted a speckled wiener dog. I didn't think they exist, but I like imagined this dog, and I was like, I have to find this dog. I have to. And so once I was getting my apartment, I started searching dogs, and I checked the SPCA. There was this poor lady wiener dog, and she was just very sick, and I knew that where I was at the time, working 10 hours a day, and just not being totally financially sufficient for what she needed, I couldn't take care of her. And it was really hard because she was such a sweet dog, but I had to say no to her. I looked at a Jack Russell puppy and I was like, he's so cute, but it just doesn't feel right. Like, I searched for this dog and I found this Craigslist ad for a wiener dog. It didn't say anything about what he looked like. It didn't say anything about anything about him other than it was a wiener dog and a phone number. So I called the number, and the owner said something like, oh, we're not totally sure if we want to give him up yet. It just depends on how stuff goes. And I totally respected that. I'm all about people keeping their dogs. So I was just like, okay, that's fine. And I kept searching. And a couple weeks later, I get a call from this lady, and she says, yeah, we've really decided that it's just not working out. Would you like to come meet him? And she sends me a picture, and he is a speckled wiener dog, literally exactly what I pictured. And so my husband, then boyfriend, and I drove down to Fallon from Reno, which is like 2.5 hours sort of, or like an hour and a half, something like that. And we met Scraps for the first time, and I just broke down in tears because I was just so happy with this dog. And at the time, I thought he was just gonna be my little friend. I thought, he's just gonna be my guard dog, and I'm gonna take him on walks, But a little bit after that, I will do a separate story time on this someday. I'm just not quite ready. But stuff went really sour at the job I was at, and I really, really battled with depression at the time. I lost like 25 pounds, like a lot of weight. I was really skinny. I couldn't eat. I would get sick every time I would eat, and I could barely get out of bed. And this little guy who's sleeping on my couch over there, and I don't want to bother, he was just there. And, when I needed a hug, he was there. When I needed a push, he was there. He would, he knew when I needed to get up. So he would he just knew. He would purposefully act up. And I feel like in his little way, it was pushing me. So before you judge a person's relationship with anybody, before you judge a person's relationship with their child, if you haven't had a child, you are not going to understand that kind of love. And I get that. I have no idea what it's like. But same thing is, you can't judge a person's situation with their pet. That pet may have saved their lives. We've just got to stop telling people what they can and can't do with their own lives. As long as nobody is being harmed, as long as nothing inappropriate is going on, and as long as people are safe, I don't understand why you have to tell people how to live their lives, why articles like that exist. Stop telling people to stop doing stuff. If you find something uncomfortable to talk about, just be genuine with that person face to face, or those people, and say, hey, I have kids. It kind of offends me when you say that. And chances are they'll probably be like, oh, sorry. People are a lot nicer in person than they are online. For sure. Next time, before you judge a situation, I think you should really, really, really take a step back and try to put yourself in that person's shoes. I know that dogs are super helpful with a lot of things. I know that they're extremely helpful with children with autism. They're super helpful with people with anxiety or depression. They're just a good healing mechanism when you've been hurt. A lot of people use them as grieving tools, and it works. And dogs are just fun to have in general. Cats are fun to have in general. Turtles are fun to have in general. And if somebody just wants it to be their baby for a while, just Let them work out what they're dealing with. Let them put clothes on the dog as long as the dog likes it. Scraps loves wearing outfits. If he didn't, I wouldn't try to put them on him all the time. All the time being the key word there. But just know that no matter what walk of life you're in, I love you. I'm not judging you. I just want us to be nicer to each other. And I feel like that's been my main goal this past week with these videos. Like, let's just be nicer to each other. Let's be kind. I woke him up to come say hi. I absolutely adore this little guy. He is my best friend. He is my baby. He is my child. Let's just not judge each other. You don't have to agree. You don't have to love your dog the same way as long as he's being treated well, I'm happy. But I love this dog. So I love my dog. If you want to see this cuteness, you can follow Scraps on Instagram at Scrappadapple, and you can follow me on Twitter at Nika Classy Bird if I ever figure out Twitter. I'm trying. Right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Keep it classy, and we'll see ya next time. Bye.